Hello, EKN Nation. My name is Rob Howden, joined by David Cole for another edition of the EKN OutLap, episode number 97. It is October 14th, 2025. And this show will kick off the coverage from EKN of the race Rotax RMC US Trophy Final from Newcastle Motorsports Car Park this coming weekend. Now let's dive into it here right now. The show today presented by AIM Sports. From its early days, AIM Sports has tailored its innovations to provide precise insights, allowing racers to fine-tune their strategies and push their limits. Fast forward to today, and they are excited to celebrate 30 years of Micron by introducing the latest evolution in karting data loggers, the Micron 6. Designed with cutting-edge features, including 25 Hz GPS with mil-spec precision, a 6-axis inertial platform, shift lights and alarms, temperature inputs, and many more features. It's perfect for karting enthusiasts looking to enhance their game on the track. Join the AIM Sports community today and equip yourself with the Micron 6 to take your karting experience to the next level. Visit aimsports.com to learn more. AIM Sports, 30 years of Micron. All right, David Cole, another trip for you down to Newcastle Motorsport Park. I mentioned already the show kicking off our trackside coverage of the race Rotax RMC U.S. Trophy Final for 2025. Newcastle, October 17th to the 19th. Lots up for grabs, as we know, when you have these U.S. Trophy Finals, those tickets to go to the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in Bahrain.
Yes, that's kind of the focal point of this event, with the final chance for drivers to earn a ticket to the unofficial Olympics of karting. We like to call it that. Yeah. They don't, but we do. And yeah, a gathering of 50, 60 nations racing for world championships there this year in Bahrain at the beginning of December. So again, one of the more coveted races to earn a ticket to and be part of, because again, it's very country oriented, a lot of very Olympic feel of a camaraderie between drivers from the same country. Again, there's that focus of nations winning the Nations Cup there, but also racing for world championship in terms of Rotax racing.
Yeah, you're still going there for yourself, right? You're trying to win that big race. You know, the qualifying events over the years have attracted many of our top drivers because they want to go over and do that. But when you get there, just said David, there's just that national sense, right? You're part of a national team, Team Canada, Team USA, whatever it may be. And that's the great thing about it. It's a different approach, a different event that many drivers, of course, have had an opportunity to experience over the last couple of years. This is the 4th edition, David, of the U.S. Trophy Final. I was there for a couple of them. You've been to all 3 so far. And again, Rotax drivers from all over North America coming into this one here. Let's talk weather, because obviously we were down at the CKNA Grand Nationals a couple of weeks ago, and the weather was fantastic. There was some rain early, like the first day, but otherwise it was unbelievable. Hot 70s, 80s, 90s. It was just a gorgeous weekend for CKNA. Could be a little more challenging, it looks like, this coming weekend at Newcastle.
Certainly does. Friday and Saturday look comfortable in terms of temperature. 75 on Friday for our practice day, 79 on Saturday, but 59% chance of rain on Saturday, and the same percentage on Sunday when it's going to cool off. And I just looked, it actually might not even get into 60 degrees. So a bit of a changing conditions over the weekend. So it could be a big factor in going into the weekend.
Let's dive into our event notes right now as well, Dave. They're going to run in the reverse national layout, clockwise direction. Let's talk a little bit more about that direction, that layout for the racetrack of the many that they've selected over the years at Newcastle.
Well, this one's actually been the same layout for this event over the last 3 editions of the race. So, the national track in the clockwise direction, which is called the reverse national. Very popular, at least for us. I know I think I enjoy this layout watching it. You got to race it a couple years ago.
Yeah, summer nights.
The only difference is they have the finish line on the Long Pond Straight instead of the Racer's Grill Straight. Yep. I don't like that, but that's just what they do. But yeah, so that'll be so essentially what is normally turn 1 for the normal direction, it'll be the final turn coming in onto the Long Pond Straight, and that's where the checker flag will wave. You'll get your starts down towards Long Pond or I-70 corner. That'll be where the starts will take place. And again, I think this layout produces some great racing. And I think that's something we're going to see with the over 100 entries that we have this week.
Dave, are you surprised they haven't maybe changed it up a little bit? Like you said, it's been the same, every time they've been there for this event.
I don't think so, because majority of the other events that do go to Newcastle are in the counterclockwise direction. So I think they want to keep in that clockwise direction format. I mean, possible options would be adding the Monza. Other than that, I don't see them ever doing like the super mile for this event. Just because of it's just a super long track. And I think that's, they're actually listening to what customers want.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing.
Dave, let's dive into the schedule. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. Fill us in on how things are going to shake down throughout the weekend.
Yeah, again, official practice on Friday, 5 sessions on the day. They'll have 4 10-minute sessions with a 20-minute hot pit at the end of the day. So drivers will have the opportunity to come in, get some, change some settings on the kart, go right back out on the racetrack. So that would be certainly different from what a lot of the major events that we do have here in the USA do. Friday evening will be the Mojo Team Tire Changing Contest, where Henry Bodette will probably be officiating that and calling that action, which is always fun to watch while enjoying some beverages Friday evening. Saturday, we'll get into qualifying and 2 rounds of heat races. Qualifying is an 8-minute session. The heat races are 10 minutes plus 2 laps for the majority of the categories, 8 minutes and 2 laps for the cadet divisions. Then they'll hold the pre-final races at the end of the day. Those are 13 minutes plus 2 and 11 minutes plus 2 before we head into the main events on Sunday. Again, warm up and then right into the main events. I believe we're done close to the noon time. So again, it's a short day on Sunday. Get the main events done and over with, and get everybody on their way home and decide who's the winner. Yeah, we're done by noon on track.
That's amazing.
Again, 16-minute plus 2 laps, and then 13-minute plus 2 laps for cadet. So and then we'll figure out who has the 5 tickets to go to the Rotax Grand Finals.
Yeah, you can get done a little bit earlier when all you have is warm up and finals over 5 categories. That's one of the things about this U.S. Trophy Final and the Rotax program, is that it is a very focused program with micro, mini, junior, senior, and masters. Those are the 5 categories that are on the docket for the weekend. And when we get back from this first break, we'll go into the numbers here and tell you how many pre-entries we have in all 5 categories. There's a new hot button name in American safety equipment: Stilo USA. Every product with Stilo is focused on safety, comfort, and function. Stilo USA is happy to provide you with the proper safety apparel to keep you protected on the track, and their karting lineup is second to none. New to the product lineup is the Stilo Carbon CMR karting helmet. Designed to revolutionize your karting experience, this carbon fiber crafted helmet is among the lightest on the market, without compromising on safety. The Stilo ST5 KRT karting helmet is manufactured using a lightweight and extremely strong composite material. The KRT provides an excellent fit and comfort level due to its dual density interior foam lining, and it's equipped with a symmetrical visor that offers excellent vision and an effortless central visor locking system. The Stilo ST5 CMR standard was developed jointly by the FIA Institute and Snell Memorial Foundation to ensure safer and lighter weight helmets for younger karters. Drivers rave about the superior comfort levels, lightweight construction, and the unparalleled field of vision that is perfect for the youth helmet line. Stilo didn't stop with their helmets either. The newly developed Carbon Curva rib protector is unlike any other on the market, with a form-fitting solution to offer superior protection. The Carbon Curva 8870 version is FIA homologated and includes a chest protector. Head to StiloHelmets.com to review these products and many more to keep you safe on the track. Stilo, any competition, one helmet. What brand is known around the world for its innovation and success? It is SodiCard. The Sodi brand returned in full force during the 2023 season thanks to a new exclusive importer, the karting distribution led by industry veteran Terry Germanovich. The French manufacturer Sodi Kart is a leader within the karting industry, offering a wide range of products and services. The Sodi Racing chassis line offers products in classes from mini karts to KZ, all based on years of development and championship seasons around the world. Sodi Racing USA has expanded its dealer network over the last year, bringing the Sodi brand to several local clubs and regional programs. Sodi USA by Velocity Racing is the official race team in the United States for the brand, hitting all the major events and series throughout the season. Visit Sodi-Racing-USA.com to learn more about the Sodi Kart chassis or call 954-634-5111 to become part of the Sodi Racing USA network today. Sodi Kart, the world leader in the karting industry. Fast, fair, and fun. Ignite Karting offers you all of that at an affordable price. Ignite Karting utilizes the spec Margay Ignite K3 chassis with a Briggs & Stratton 206 engine and the Hoosier R80 tire. Everyone in the rookie, junior, senior, heavy, and masters classes compete on the same Ignite K3 chassis, which puts all the emphasis squarely on driver development. Additionally, Ignite Karting is accessible at the local, regional, and national level. Special events for the season include the Ignite Majors that begin with the annual trip to the Daytona International Speedway as part of the WKA Daytona Kart Week, running in both the sprint and road racing events. Those in the Midwest can enjoy the regionally based Ignite Challenge, featuring 5 iconic facilities. Local club programs have also been established in states all across the country, Idaho to Texas, Nebraska to New York, with more tracks and clubs joining the Ignite Karting program. Be part of fast, fun, and great memories with Margay Racing at an Ignite track near you. All information on Ignite events and Ignite Kart packages, including dealers in your area, are available at ignitekarting.com. Get off the couch and onto the track this year. Ignite Karting. Fuel your passion. Welcome back to episode number 97 of the EKN OutLap, starting off our coverage of this coming weekend's U.S. Trophy Final at Newcastle Motorsports Park. David Cole will be trackside all weekend, so he'll have the coverage on our social media and, of course, daily reports. Lots of video coming out as well. We'll definitely leverage the social media. Into this segment now here of the OutLap, brought to you by AIM Sports. It's by the numbers. And David, this will be the biggest ever U.S. Trophy Final of the 3 previous, now 4 events. 76 drivers back in 22. They went to 103 in 2023, 72 drivers last year. And across the 5 categories, David, 109 pre-entries coming in. 2 of those categories well over 30 and the other over 20 and a couple single digits. But, as this Rotax program continues to grow once again in the United States, good numbers for this year's Trophy Final.
Yeah, very good numbers. Again, back to where we were in 2023, where we did see an increase. We held the RMC USA West event in Phoenix, so we had very similar numbers to this across the board. Really good numbers. That was held in February, so we did have a lot of Canadians. I think that's one of the big helps is the number of Canadians that do come down and compete in this event. But overall, you look at it, there's actually 13 different countries represented. Again, some of these are
cool.
U.S. residents that are still racing under a different flag, but there are also a number of different drivers coming from different parts of the world. You look at Japan coming over, a driver from Georgia, the country Georgia, not the state, which is I have not seen that happen before. We also have Australia, Estonia, Brazil, Wales, UK, Great Britain, Bahamas, Costa Rica, and Mexico are all represented.
An international field for sure, and these tickets, of course, being available for all international drivers. So, is this David the last opportunity for drivers to win tickets for Bahrain?
This is it. Yeah. So that's kind of the focal point again. Why there are a number of international drivers coming this way.
So 7 drivers in the Micromax category, 23 in Minimax, good group in the Minimax class, junior at 35, senior at 38. That is a solid field with 38 senior max drivers. They've pulled 6 Masters Max drivers. We've had a little more, I think, in the past. Shame to see only 6 drivers in Masters Max, but indeed some of the drivers like a Billy Cleveland not here this year. But David, 109 entries overall, but a high water mark of 38 for Senior Max. That's impressive.
It's very impressive. It's again a mixture of international, a lot of top names that we've talked about all season long. But yeah, that is where you're going to see the big numbers is Junior Max and Senior Max. The big one is Mini Max. I think a lot of the kids that were in micro last year, where we saw a pretty good sized field, have moved up. Plus, we're getting some new drivers in that category. So just to have those three categories in double digits is massive. We'll probably get micro to grow back again, just kind of a dip in that. Again, the ebbs and flows of our sport.
For sure.
And again, just, Masters Max is kind of the struggle. We've seen Masters racing across the board not do very well. So again, this is still kind of the regular crowd that do show up to Rotax racing.
Dave, we've mentioned 5 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals tickets up for grabs. Walk us through which categories have which tickets they have.
So essentially, we're going to have 3 of the categories getting tickets. So there'll be 2 available in Mini Max. So the top 2 finishers in that category are going to Bahrain. The winner in Junior Max will also be going. There'll be a Senior Max ticket up for grabs to the winner in Senior Max. But the runner-up in Senior Max will also be awarded a ticket, and that'll be for the DD2 category. So very similar to what we've seen in the past, where we've seen we haven't had the DD2 competition happen, so that ticket's moved over to Senior Max, and we've seen that happen again this year. So the top 2 drivers in Senior Max will earn tickets to the grand finals. Now, remember, some drivers that are competing in this event have already gotten tickets, so there'll be, I think everything's on point to where if they already have a ticket, they don't take this ticket. But again, we'll have to confirm all that once we are trackside, because it's a very confusing formula for that program.
Yeah. What's the hierarchy, right, of the tickets that you've been able to, or people have been able to win throughout the year?
Well, and that's the thing, because this is an international event. It kind of goes above a country ticket. So say somebody won it in the Canadian Nationals. If they win another ticket here, this ticket oversees that. So the Canadian national ticket goes to somebody else. So yeah,
interesting.
It's a weird scenario. I don't have the ticket holders for Canada. I wasn't able to get that in time. Cody's actually not. Cody Schindell's actually abroad, and I forgot to ask him for that list. So
I'm sure he'll get that. He's of course over the Rock Cup, I think, super final this coming weekend. So, look, Dave, let's go to a break. When we get back, let's start diving into class by class coverage of the previews of the 5 categories that will run this weekend at the U.S. Trophy Final. After this break, we'll start things off with Senior Max and Masters Max. Motor mounts. They keep your engine attached to your chassis, right? The answer is they're much more important than that. Your motor mount is critical in transferring 100% of the power from your engine through to your tires and the racetrack. You need this to get on the podium each and every time you race. Odenthal Racing Products is here for you, providing the best motor mounts on the karting market today, all designed to make sure you're using all the horsepower you pay for. Odenthal Racing Products is a family-owned and operated business with decades of karting experience in providing products with unmatched quality and value for our racing community. The Pro Series mount for 2-cycle engines, which is available in 0, 5, and 8-degree inclinations, provides a rigid structure to help keep vibration to a minimum without adding too much weight to your setup. The 4-cycle Easy Set system is one of the most popular mounts for the Briggs & Stratton 206 power plant. Multiple mounting holes provide the most adjustability depending on your chassis and seat placement. To ensure a tight fit to your chassis, our ORP wedge clamps get the job done, and they feature a number of design updates to provide a lower profile and lighter weight. The clamps are available from 28mm to 32mm in both standard and Euro style sizes. And now, Odenthal has also revolutionized the karting industry with its new Easy GP camera mounting system. Designed to mount anywhere on your chassis with 1 or 2 cameras, the ORP Easy GP camera mount is your solution to capture that onboard winning moment. Head to odenthalracing.com and find a dealer near you. Odenthal Racing Products, proudly made in the USA. CRG, is one of the most iconic brands in the world of karting with a never-ending focus on winning. Kart CRG USA is the North American distributor for all CRG products. Based outside of Houston, Texas, Kart CRG USA supports CRG dealers across the continent, reaching every corner of North America. The CRG KT5 has been designed specifically for the US market. The KT5 is the perfect fit for X30, KA100, and other tag platforms, featuring the new Aero package and VEN 11B braking system. For cadet drivers, the CRG Black Beer continues to log in victories and championships across the globe, and is utilized in both 2-cycle and 4-cycle competition here in North America. Longtime CRG drivers will be happy to know the CRG Road Rebel, the standard in quality and performance, continues its excellence for those of the shifter kart ranks. The CRG FS4 chassis is the ideal choice for racers in Briggs & Stratton competition, with numerous podium results across classes at the CKNA divisional and national events. From pure racing to karting entertainment, many tracks, both indoor and outdoor, have made the switch to the CRG Centurion rental kart line. 5 different models for both gas-powered or electric engines can fit any track's needs for a new rental kart fleet. Kart CRG USA has a full inventory of rental karts available for new and existing facilities. For more information on the CRG product line, head to kartcrgusa.com, or to inquire about a North American dealer near you, please email us at sales@kartcrg.com. In racing, experience is priceless. Franklin Motorsports is a leader in the karting industry, and with over 30 years of combined karting experience, we can provide you with everything you need to go racing. With a large online product selection, select track support events, and a wide variety of shop services, Franklin Motorsports is your complete karting source. Check out our online store at franklinkart.com, where all of our products are just a mouse click away. We continue to add to our growing product selection on the online store, and we ship daily to ensure products get to you quickly. We specialize in IAME engines, tilt seats, the ceramic product line, Driveline branded products, Briggs & Stratton engines, Smoker performance sprockets, OTK products, AIM, MG tires, and of course, the championship winning Merlin chassis. In our online store, you'll find a variety of items to fill your karting needs. Franklin Motorsports is also known for our wide variety of services and is home to Innovative Engine Works by FMS, our in-house engine service department. Frame straightening, kart prep, and dyno testing are all services offered regularly at Franklin Motorsports. Be sure to stop by the Franklin trailer during the United States Pro Kart Series events as the official trackside vendor. For all things karting, visit franklinkart.com. Welcome back to episode number 97 of the EKN OutLap as we preview this coming weekend's U.S. Trophy Final. Rob Howden here with David Cole, who will be trackside all weekend long. David, let's dive into Senior Max. As you said, it's a stacked field, 38 drivers in total. The category has been dominated by Oliver Hodgson over the last 3 years. He's won all 3 events. We know everything up for grabs, as David had mentioned, the Rotax Grand Finals ticket, of course, the DD2 ticket for second place, third place, $500 in race Rotax dollars. David, start it all off, right? Oliver Hodgson is back to try to go 4 for 4 here at the U.S. Trophy Final.
Yeah, again, that's going to be the kind of the story going into this weekend, is if he's able to pull off a 4th straight victory in this category. And again, it's a phenomenal feat, but he is a former Rotax Grand Finals winner here in 2013. So again, a driver that is at the master's age program, still taking it to the senior drivers. And again, he's on the track every day, working and always continuing to hone his craft. So he's going to be the driver to beat really this weekend. That's kind of the benchmark, obviously coming in as a 3-time winner of this race. So that's kind of going to be who we'll be watching. We got a couple of drivers who are returning from the top 10 last year. That's Timothy Pernod, Jensen Burnett, who's been racing over in Europe a lot this year, Cooper Auclair as well, who's already on Team USA for the RMC USA West win or ticket that he earned over there in Phoenix. And then Aiden Fox, another former Team USA member. Those are some of the drivers who were finished in the top 10 last year. They're returning, but there's a host of names who were not at last year's event that'll be competing this year.
Yeah, Oliver Hodgson, as we said, will be the driver to watch, as we know. He's won 3 straight. But man, oh man, there is a bunch of drivers lined up to get at it here this coming weekend. Eli Warren, who is one of the top drivers at the CKNA Grand Nationals, knows Newcastle very well. He's on the list. Frankie Mossman is on the list. Caleb Gaffera, Diego Ramos, David, Paulie Massimino, Billy Musgrave. This is a heck. There's other guys to mention in that group, in this group, but man, this is going to be a barn burner up front.
Yeah, there's a number of Canadians that are in this list as well, too. Antonio Lemieux is another driver, Marco Kasich, who's coming back into karting as well. That's another name to kind of watch. But, Ramos already has a Rotax Grand Finals ticket, I believe, from the Florida Winter Tour. I think Rotax that was this year. Yeah, Rotax Winter Trophy. But we'll be in this field as well from, representing Brazil, but obviously racing here in the U.S. Throughout the season. So, this field, I think, is probably one of the more stacked fields we've had over the 4 events. For sure.
Yeah, this is, again, you throw out some of these big names that we have seen run up front before. So this is going to be a ton of fun to see who battles it out with Oliver Hodgson. Of course, the coverage will be on Kart Chaser. We'll have the stream as well, audio stream on ekartingnews.com. So, let's see what happens if Hodgson can go 4 for 4, but a number of drivers lining up to battle him out to try to get that ticket to go to Bahrain. David, let's look at Masters Max. 6 drivers in total. Again, we would have hoped for more, but you mentioned in the earlier part of the podcast here, there's just really not a ton of Masters drivers that we're seeing running on the big levels. There was obviously a ton of them at the CKNA Grand Nationals, but that's more of a grassroots program that draws drivers out like the Supernats does for kind of a one-off event. But races like this, you're going to get some of the names that you normally have that run Rotax and are going to come out. Previous winners include Lauren Tumar-Dan. He's the defending champion, but is not on the list for this weekend. Danilo Ramalho and Ben Cooper won over the last couple of events. But again, David, no ticket for Masters Max, but a winner's going to walk away with a full entry into a race Rotax event next year.
Yeah, that'll be the top prize for this category. $750 race Rotax dollars, and then 500 race Rotax dollars for the third place finisher. We have 2 drivers returning from last year, John Bonanno, who finished second, and then Chris McGinley, who finished 6th last year. Those are the only 2 drivers returning from last year's field, but also another driver returning back to the sport. He's been away for a couple of years, Scott Roberts. He's been a Team USA driver. So he's making his return back into Rotax racing. We'll
see who steps up in the Masters Max category. We'll go off to another break. When we get back, we will detail Junior Max and Mini Max and Micro Max to cap off this edition of the OutLap. All over the karting world, everyone knows OTK is the gold standard for quality and performance. In the United States, OTK USA is the source for all things OTK. 8 brands under the OTK USA banner are winning races and championships across the country in national programs like the Rock Cup USA Florida Winter Tour, the Challenge of the Americas, the SCUSA Pro Tour and Winter Series, the United States Pro Kart Series, and even more programs throughout the country. And OTK products are also front and center on the podium of club and regional races from coast to coast. Tony Kart, Cosmic, Esprit, EOS, and Red Speed have been joined by the Gallard, LN Racing Kart, and CS55 brands. To learn more about a specific product line or to find the OTK USA dealer near you, visit otkusa.com. Specific chassis territories are still available, so kart shops interested in adding a winning component to their product lineups can contact OTK USA directly. OTK, the gold standard of karting. Made in the USA. It's not just a statement, it's the mission at Factory Karts of America. Led by 5-time Super National champion Billy Musgrave, Factory Karts manufactures their frames completely in-house at the Phoenix, Arizona facility. Built and designed from the ground up specifically for the American karting market, Factory Karts brings new innovations and solutions that are long overdue. Factory Karts bring together the highest quality materials to produce high-performance, long-lasting karts that have been designed and perfected from years of development. No other karting manufacturer stands behind its product as Factory Karts does, providing a 2-year warranty on all their frames. Join the Factory Karts official race team this season, hitting the SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and Pro Kart Challenge, along with the new Southwest Super Series program. Full trackside support for Factory Kart competitors is available, along with Arrive and Drive programs and tent space housed under our new race team hauler that debuted at Super Nationals 27. Remember when American Made meant more innovative, original, stronger, faster, and just plain better? Well, American Made is back. Contact Factory Karts today to join the American Made movement. Learn more by visiting factorykarts.com or email info@factorykarts.com. Let decades of experience and success lead you to the top of the podium. Join Brandon Jarsacrack Racing as your race team at the sport's major events in the United States. Brandon Jarsacrack is a 4-time United States Pro Kart Series champion, along with a multi-time SuperKarts USA Pro Tour and WKA Manufacturers Cup Series race winner. Jarsacrack is ranked among one of the best from his generation to get behind the wheel of a racing kart. BJR provides full race team service and support at all USPKS, SCUSA, and Stars Championship Series events, along with trackside programs at the Trackhouse Motorplex in Mooresville, North Carolina. Partnering with Mike Doty Racing, Brandon's team of driver coaches and mechanics are passionate for the sport, providing decades of experience both on the track and working with many of today's karting standouts and current motorsport stars. Brandon Jarsacrack Racing offers a full range of services, including kart preparation, driver coaching, and race event support for both 2-cycle and 4-cycle competitors. BJR is an official LN Racing Kart team with OTK USA and is an official offset sport race team. Contact them today to develop a program based around your needs. Head to BrandonJarsacrack.com to learn more. Welcome back to the EKN OutLap, episode number 97, as we talk about the U.S. Trophy Final that will take place this weekend at Newcastle Motorsports Park. David Cole will be trackside. Tickets up for grabs to the national teams at the Rotax Grand Finals in Bahrain. Let's cap things off here by looking at the final 3 categories of the 5 that will be racing this weekend. 35 drivers lining up for Junior Max. Former winners include Cooper O'Clair back in 2022, West Gundler in the 23, and Davin Roberts, the defending champion. Rotax Grand Finals ticket up for grabs, David, $750 for second and $500 for third, those race Rotax dollars. But again, there's a number of really big names. Guys, they are top national level drivers ready to go at it, including 4 drivers from last year's top 10.
Yeah, including last year's winner, Davin Roberts. He's only, Rob, 13 years old.
Wow.
So last year winning as a 12-year-old driver, the Junior Max. So he's got at least this year and next year, because I believe they go all the way up to 15 even in the Junior Max category. But so age-wise, he's not able to go up into the senior ranks, even though he's raced senior competition throughout 2025. So Roberts had a phenomenal victory last year. It was a great move. Last lap pass that put him on top and took him to the Rotax Grand Final. So he'll be back to defend that win, while others are trying to become the 4th different winner in this category, including three other drivers from last year's top 10, which include Isaac Malkit, Xander Malatesta, and the driver from Japan, Shitoro Tsunukawa. I think the T is silent, but I can never remember how to say it. I know Henry says it great. So when Henry tells me how to say it again, I'll remember how to say it.
I love it. Other drivers that are lining up that we 100% expect will be in the middle of the fight. Nate Dupuis, David being one of them for sure. You've also got guys like Marco Samet, Nico Katowski, Troy Ferguson, Kyle Drysdale. I scroll through here and see a bunch of other names as well, but these are just names that you and I have talked about and write about on a regular basis up front.
Yeah, and Drysdale is already one of those drivers on the Team USA roster, picking up his ticket at the RMC USA West event in Phoenix. So Cooper Auclair are competing here this weekend with tickets in hand already, but certainly could be a contender on the weekend as well, to kind of take the victory away or be on the podium at the end of the day.
A number of Canadians, as David said, joining Nate Dupuis, Kingston Gaduri, Olivier Chasse, Ava Cabral. She's actually from the same hometown as I am here in Cambridge. Edward Kennedy, Alexis Bergeron, Christopher Goulet. There's a lot of Canadians. Rory Baziak, Leo De Silva, Marley Chudhari, and Logan Goddard. So, David, you mentioned how many Canadians have come down to help push this event over 100 and almost 110 entries and put 35 in Junior Max. There are a lot of Junior Max drivers coming from north of the border.
Yeah, and again, that's Rotax continues to be a standard in Canadian karting, and again, the Rotax Grand Finals ticket is something that's sought after. Canada's kept that momentum going. I think it's still kind of growing back. Again, I tell everybody it is one of the events you want to go to, whether it's you're a mechanic or whether you're a driver or whether you just want to go. It is definitely something you want to be part of. I mean, we've seen drivers be part of Team USA for over 10 times. Again, it's just something that is so cool and so awesome to be part of. And again, that's the great thing about the U.S. Trophy Final. You got different drivers from all different countries trying to be part of the event and grab a ticket to represent their country.
Yeah, in stark contrast to Oliver Hodgson winning all three, as David mentioned before, 3 different winners in Master Max so far, 3 different winners in Junior Max, 3 different winners in Mini Max, and 3 different winners in Micro Max as well. So again, as David said, there's an opportunity for a 4th different winner coming in 4 of the 5 categories. Let's go into Mini Max right now. David, 23 drivers. You mentioned a number have moved up from Micro to Mini. We always see the ebbs and flows of, you'll have a bunch of Micro Maxes and Mini will go down, but as the different drivers graduate up through the ranks, you're going to see swells in the categories. And 23 in the Mini Max class, former winners Gage Korn, Oliver Warner, and Jackson Porter. Rotax Grand Finals ticket, as we know, up for grabs, whoever comes away as the winner in the Mini category. Same goes for second place. David mentioned 2 tickets here for Mini, then $500 of race Rotax dollars. Dave, there's a lot of notable drivers in this group. Let's start to some of the names that maybe are popping out for you.
Yeah, some of the ones I wrote down, Lawrence Perriman, Lennox Lockhart, who will be moving up to the Mini ranks. Hudson Howard, a driver who just won the Cup Karts North America Grand Nationals there at Newcastle. He's moving up from the younger category to the Mini division as well. Yusuf Addy, a driver who did very well at the US RMC USA West event in Phoenix. And then Lucas Tarango, another driver who's moving up from the micro division up to Mini. And then Connor Lipka, a driver who won at Cup Karts North America a couple years ago in the younger category, in the Mini Max category as well.
Yeah, some of the names we've seen throughout the year, Paxton Romero, Tyson Underwood's done a bunch of the U.S. Trophy Finals, maybe even all 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Drivers coming in from Canada, as we know, Lincoln Lima, you already mentioned Yusuf Addy, LaRusso, Jeffrey Lott, all part of the program as well. So it's going to be a good lineup. And again, there's the brothers, the LaRusso and the Jeffrey brothers. So there's going to be a lot of drivers from Canada again in this one here. But again, David, let's talk about racecraft. It's a little bit here right now because you've got 2 Grand Finals tickets up for grabs. It's going to be interesting in the main event. If you're in second, do you go for the race win? Do you take the ticket? Are you there to win? Are you there to make your national team? I always love it when there's 2 different tickets up for grabs because I feel like it just changes the way mindsets are in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, 5 different countries represented. So that backed up the wide range of drivers that we're going to have here. But don't be surprised if you see somebody push somebody away from the rest of the field. So you got a 1-2 finish. Again, that'd be the smartest thing to do if you're able to work with somebody. So there's probably going to be some teammates that are going to be try to work together, or just regular partnerships that you might see form throughout the weekend. Again, it all depends on pace. If you're able to keep pace with someone else and be able to work well with another driver, that could be the winning combination.
And Dave, we know what this racetrack Newcastle's all about. You can get away. There's a couple of very long straightaways, especially for the drivers in the mini and micro. But the minute you start fighting, it always brings everybody back in. Because you just dive to the inside, you lose that exit out of some of the longer corners with the long straightaways. And if they fight up front, it could bring everybody back into the battle. Let's go to micro and cap off this edition of the EKN OutLap with our preview to get things underway for this coming weekend's U.S. Trophy Final at Newcastle. 7 entries in the micro category, but the drivers who have won before, man, big names. Marco Sammet being one back in 2022, Lucas Palacio in 2023, and last year Cam Becker in 2024. Wildly, Cam's actually doing a lot of open wheel Formula Car racing already, and I think either has led or has won the Lucas Oil Formula Car Series, which is wild considering he was a micro driver last year. But again, Becker, Palacio, and Sammet, top drivers, are guys that have won over the last 3 years. No grand finals ticket. We've mentioned that earlier, but a full entry into one of the 2026 race Rotax events for the winner. $750 and $500 for second and third in those race Rotax dollars. David, only one driver right now returning from last year.
Yeah, and that would be Jack Katowski. So that is the only returning driver. I didn't pull up that class. I think he finished in the 8th position. So a lot of those drivers that finished ahead of him are either at another event or have graduated up to the mini ranks. So kind of opens the door for Katowski to come through and be kind of the lead driver. Yeah. He's shown very well throughout the season, a number of different podiums at different events throughout the year. So don't be surprised to see him up front. But we do have 3 different countries represented. We have Jack Klim from Canada. We have Andres Pena from Mexico also in the field. So again, only 7 drivers, but 3 countries represented. Yeah,
Kuiper Nelson, Jasper Knepper, Roman Gaetano, Grayson Knefik, and we already mentioned Jack Katowski, Pena, and Klim. So 7 drivers total in the micro category. And yeah, I'll go back to Katowski. He really has, and you think about year on year, David, the amount of growth that Jack has had over this last year. You mentioned the fact that he's been on a bunch of podiums. He even started, I think, in the Winter Series, got a podium as well. But yet a number of those start building that momentum. He's a young driver, has really dialed in his craft here over the last year. He will be most definitely one to watch throughout the weekend.
Yeah, definitely going to be one to watch throughout the weekend for sure. Just kind of setting the bar probably through practice on Friday.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. David Cole, when are you going to arrive trackside at Newcastle Motorsports Park?
Heading down there Thursday. Not sure exactly the time to get down there, but it might be a late arrival with lots of stuff going on around the world and with e-karting news. So we'll definitely be trackside Friday morning for sure.
Yeah, busy times right now, folks. As everybody knows, so much racing happening right now over this Q4 over the next month. Of course, all culminating in the SuperKarts USA Super Nationals mid-November. We've got Rock Vegas that we're going to. We'll be doing a bit of coverage, of course, from the Rock Cup Super Final from Italy. There's so much happening. But David Cole will be trackside this coming weekend, again, for this year's U.S. Trophy Final. We mentioned the fact that there are now 5 tickets up for grabs, 2 in Mini Max, 1 in Junior, and 2 in Senior, 1 for Senior Max, 1 for DD2, to get drivers to go to the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals in 2025. That's going to wrap things up for this edition of the OutLap. David Cole will, as we said, will be getting things rolling on Friday morning from Newcastle. Look for a 1-minute flat to kick off our coverage. Lots of information to pick up trackside for him as we get things underway for 3 days of coverage to find out who makes it to their national teams. Big thank you to AIM Sports for being our presenting sponsor for episode number 97 of the EKN OutLap. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be back next week with the debrief to wrap it all up once again. On behalf of David Cole, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.